What is going on, everybody? Tyler 417 back with another video. We're here with the week 12 NFL picks. Man, where did the season go? I mean, seriously, we sit here and we joke about it, but the time flies so fast in an NFL season. And whether our team does good or they do bad, I remember it being week 3 when the Jets won their first game this year. Like it was yesterday, the Dolphins game. And the game that really got me to start watching this season, sad as it may sound, as funny, people may laugh, but the season's flown by. We can all agree to that. So anyway, this is Thanksgiving week. So we got 3 Thanksgiving games tomorrow. We got the Vikings at Lions, the Chargers at Cowboys, and the Giants in Washington to end the day. 12:30 time, right around kickoff for the lunchtime, Thanksgiving lunchtime, Thanksgiving dinner, whatever. I got the Vikings going into Detroit at 12:30, like I said, and actually defeating the Lions. I like the Vikings in this game because why not? Their team has played so well. Look at this defense. You look at what the Vikings have been able to do on defense, and you're like, defense wins championships. You say that, you say it over and over again, but this Vikings team really personifies it to it's ridiculous. And then on the flip side, they don't even have Dalvin Cook out there. They got to be back next year. Okay, you guys keep an eye on that. But they've got McKinnon, all right? And they've got Latavius Murray running wild. Case Keenum out there playing the game, of his life. Playing the football of his life. The best football he's played in his career. Making a case for the starter and making a case for Teddy Bridgewater to not even be on the team anymore. That's just the fact of the matter. I mean, why keep him? Why keep him? I like the Vikings defense to shut down the Lions offense completely. I stopped becoming a Lions believer a couple weeks ago. I don't remember who they lost to, but it was embarrassing, and so I got the Lions losing this game. I think the Lions usually always win on Thanksgiving because they always play the Bears or something like that. And I think I hit on that in my last week's picks video. But anyway, I got the Vikings winning this game. Don't want to spend too much time on that game. That's 12:30. Number 2 game, Chargers at Cowboys. No Ezekiel Elliott again for the Cowboys. I think this will be week 2 of his 6-game suspension. And the Cowboys are home. It's 4:30 kickoff time. The Chargers will be flying from LA to Dallas to play the Cowboys. The Chargers are coming off their best game in maybe history with a 54-point outing, 5 interceptions. Maybe more from Tyrod, but I really got 5 from Peterman last week at home against the Buffalo Bills. Of course, everybody's having their best game of the season. My Jets did against Buffalo. My Jets did, the Saints did, and the Chargers did. So this is gonna be a good game, I actually think. And Dallas usually always plays well on Thanksgiving. Their defense, give them credit. Last week they did take Philly. Until the second half started, they were right in that game, and they don't even have Ezekiel Elliott. I think the Dallas offense learned what they needed to do, and I think they're gonna fix their game plan and Joey Bosa and guys like that on that Chargers defense. It could go either way, but I actually think Dallas can win this game. I think the Dallas defense can do enough to confuse Rivers, give him some weird looks. I'm not sure if Sean Lee's coming back this game, but if he is, then Dallas definitely wins. I got Dallas winning this game, maybe by a field goal, maybe by 1 point. I feel like it's going to be one of those crusher, games that the Chargers take this year, much like the Week 1 loss to Denver. Giants at Redskins, 8:30 start time. The Redskins are the best 4-6 team in the league. They just are. They've lost too many games to where, it just makes you think. It's like, this team should not have a losing record. They should at worst be 500. You know what I'm saying? It makes you question if the Redskins had the easy schedule like the Ravens and Titans. Could they have 7 wins by now? They're playing well without key players on that offensive line. And they're at home against the Giants, who, they beat the Chiefs last week, coming off their best week. But they're 2-7, people. Maybe 2-8, I'm not sure. 2-8. I like the Redskins in this game. big time. I like him big time. You know, I feel like, you know, Kirk Cousins, Josh Doxson, guys like that, they're going to have a big day. They're going to have a field day in that Giants defense. The Chiefs, I don't know what the Chiefs are doing right now, but it's going to be a wake-up call this Sunday. All right, so speaking of that, let's get right into that segue. Take us right into the Sunday games. Got the Browns at Bengals, 1 o'clock start time. The Browns are 0-10 for the second straight season to start the year off. God, it's got to be some other type of pain being a Browns fan, man. You know what I'm saying? When you throw out that you get the number 1 pick, almost every season. When you throw that out the window, that's all. It's just 16 weeks of misery every single year. I know I get frustrated when we lose, and we're a 500 team. We're a mediocre club. But when you lose every week, every season almost, it's awful, man. I don't know how. Kudos to Browns fans. And if you ever want to marry somebody, I always say this, if you ever want to marry somebody or get in a relationship, find someone from Cleveland. They're the most loyal people you ever meet. Panthers at Jets. I actually did a preview video of this game, obviously. Both teams are coming off their bye weeks. The Jets are home. The Jets always play good at home. And Carolina's feeling themselves right now. They're coming high. Greg Olsen will be back. This will be a good game. Maybe the game in a week. It's not. I don't know if it'll be nationally televised at 1 o'clock, but I feel like it should be. I definitely think this game should be put over the primetime game, the Sunday Night Football game, which is the Steelers and the Packers in Pittsburgh. No Aaron Rodgers. Really? Another story. I like the Jets in this game. I like the defense to actually give the Panthers one of those wake-up call games, and really humble them. Cam Newton, the Jet defense got all over the last time they faced a mobile quarterback in Tyrod Taylor, Thursday Night Football. I like the chances in this game, and I feel like the Jets really know it's do or die time for the team right now. They're 4-6 in a wide open AFC wildcard race. I like the Jets to win this game, 28-24 maybe. Titans at Colts. The Titans are falling off of the cliff at the top of the mountain that they were on. They just lost to the Steelers 10 days ago, like 40-17 or something. The Titans offense completely laid an egg. Everyone's pretty much figured out with this Titans team, if they can't run the ball well, their passing game cannot win them ball games. Even though they've got Eric Decker, they've got, Kendall Wright, I think. I'm not sure. They got Delaney Walker right now. But, they're so one-dimensional, it's not even funny, and their run defense got exposed, which was actually playing well, and I feel like the Colts are going to do much of the same with Frank Gore, Jacoby Brissett, and I feel like the Colts can win this game at home. Whether it's a close game or not, time will tell, but the Colts play well at home, like the Jets, like the Chiefs, the Seahawks. So, I like the Colts in this game. The next few games, I'm just going to roll through because I think they're all going to be blowouts. We got Tampa Bay going to Atlanta, Ryan Fitzpatrick going to the Georgia Dome to face the Falcons, who have finally found themselves this year, the Falcons, it would seem, coming off of 2 straight wins, and their offense is finally playing really well this season. I feel like Julio has finally found, it's not even so much Julio, it's just Matt Ryan's playing well, and he's spreading the ball around. For so much at the beginning of the season, past the first 3 games, they couldn't do anything on offense, and now their offense is finally clicking. I feel like it's a big-time game for Matt Ryan, maybe 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. The Bucs defense might keep it close, but I don't know. I feel like the Bucs might be feeling themselves. If Fitzpatrick, isn't going to... That Falcons defense is really fast and quick to the ball. Fitzpatrick's passes are too slow when they're getting the receivers. I feel like Deion Jones is a big game, and that Falcons defense comes through. Dolphins at Patriots. No point in previewing this game. Jay Cutler versus Tom Brady in Gillette Stadium. Waste of time to preview it. Patriots win big time. Bears at Eagles. Blowout. Chicago plays well at Chicago, but they're not in Chicago. They're in Philadelphia. They always lose Thanksgiving week, it seems like. So I feel like the Eagles, I think one year they beat the Packers on a night game, a Thursday night. I don't even think that was Thanksgiving. I think I got lucky. Yeah, Carson Wentz and the Eagles are at home. They don't lose at home. They don't lose at home. I think they're going to win this game. Bills are going to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. If Nathan Peterman is starting this game, the Chiefs are going to drop a 40-burger on the Bills. They just are. Look for Spencer Ware, Charcandrick West, I think, to have a big game. They're going to have a big game. Everybody's been able to run the football well. The Jets ran the ball all over the Bills. The Saints ran the ball all over the Bills. Melvin Gordon ran the ball all over the Bills. And now the Chiefs are going to do the same. Kansas City wins this game big time and gets their season back on track. Defense also has a great game. Seahawks at 49ers, divisional game. The Seahawks have just been decimated on the defensive side of the ball. Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, all out. This could be the biggest trap game, biggest upset game of the season, but I feel like Seattle does enough to win the game on the offensive side of the ball. Maybe goes into a shootout, who knows, but the Niners defense aren't about anything, so I like Seattle in this game. Broncos at Raiders. Denver is garbage this year, and Oakland's coming off their worst performance this year against New England. I feel like at home in Oakland, the Raiders always play well, as much as my Jets learned that very hard well, and they beat the Chiefs in Oakland. So I feel like that Crabtree, Carr, and those guys have a big game in Oakland, on the West Coast this weekend, divisional game. All right. Game of the week, Saints at Rams. The game, last week we saw the Rams take their first loss in a bunch of games to the Minnesota Vikings. Could be another game to decide the the top 4 seeding in the league. The Saints are outside their dome, going to Los Angeles to play the Rams. They're running the ball really well, and the Rams front seven, this is a great test for them. Kamara and Ingram, stop them, stuff them, get the breeze, and you'll win the game. And I think the Rams can do that, and I like the Rams to win this game. Give the Saints their first loss since the first 2 games of the season. Jaguars at Cardinals as we sort of start to wrap this up. This is a game that could go either way. I'm not sure if Carson Palmer's playing this game or if he's coming back yet from injury. But even if he was, this Jaguars defense is playing out of their minds right now. The Jags are 7-3. One of their 3 losses being to my Jets. I feel like this is a game where you look out. Okay, look out, Jacksonville. Okay, look who's on the other side of that, of the football. Adrian Peterson. You give him a gap, you give him a lane, he's going to tear you up. Don't care about his age. He's 30, 31 years old, something like that. Maybe older than that. Maybe 34, 35. Watch out. Watch out. It's a trap game. Right now I got Jacksonville winning. I think Bortles will do well enough in that offense. Will consistently put up drives. But Patrick Peterson against Allen Robinson is going to be a great matchup to watch. If any of you guys can check it out. Packers at Steelers, Sunday Night Football pullouts. Pittsburgh wins this game big time. What is this like? 4 or 5 weeks in a row, Pittsburgh's had a night game. It's like my Jets get 1 in the whole season. I understand they were in the playoffs, but still, at least make it a little bit, more mixed up between the teams. Steelers win big time. I don't care who goes off. Maybe Le'Veon Bell, maybe Antonio Brown, maybe both. Boring. Next game. Monday Night Football, Texans at Ravens. Woo! That'd be a good one to watch. Houston defense against Joe Flacco and the Ravens. Oh, man, that'd be a good game. Right now, I got the Ravens winning. Flacco's coming back, like I said, or he's back now. He played last week too, I think. The Ravens are playing really good football on the defensive side of the ball, and the Texans, Tom Savage, who is that? They're hurt. J.J. Watt, Deshaun Watson's still out for the season. They still got playmakers on the offense. I'd love to see the Texans win this game, because that shakes up the wild card big time. But I don't see it happening. I think Baltimore does enough at home, in prime time, at home, like I said, to win this game. And so that's all my picks. I'm going to run through them real quick. Thanksgiving, I got the Vikings beating the Lions, the Cowboys beating the Chargers, the Redskins beating the Giants. I got the Bengals beating the Browns, the Jets beating the Panthers, the Colts beating the Titans, the Falcons beat the Bucks, the Patriots beat the Dolphins, Eagles smacked the Bears, Chiefs smacked the Bills, Seahawks beat the Niners. Raiders beat the Broncos. Rams beat the Saints in a huge game. Jags win in Arizona. And the Steelers beat the Packers in Sunday Night Football. And the Ravens do their job at home. Monday Night Football. That's been your Week 12 picks. And as always, you heard it first. Happy Thanksgiving from Harley.